Guys, I am fearing for the worst right now. Let me explain to you what is happening right now. There's a pond that is not far from my house. And this pond has been huge for helping me develop my abilities to fish and understand how to fish or what a bite is. It's one of those ponds that I've always had confidence in, that I'm able to go to, and one that I've just been able to catch fish. And now I'm afraid for the worst. That's right, guys. I'm afraid the worst has happened. This pond right down there, that one right there. That pond has been loaded with both big and small fish for many years. But my last 10 to 15 trips down there, I've come back with nothing, absolutely nothing. And there's no reason that anyone would want to take those out that I know of. But that's not all. We do have a suspect that we think may be linked to our difficulties with fishing in that pond. And I'll tell you guys what that is when I get down there to the pond. Objective number 1 is to go down there and make sure that there's no fish in that pond before we jump to any conclusions. You guys stay tuned, because I'm gonna need your help in solving this case down here. Hopefully we still have some fish left in our ponds. Either way, we have a problem. I'm gonna have to have your guys' help to help me solve this problem. Problem is either number 1, there's no fish left alive in the pond, which is terrible. Number 2, there will likely be no fish left in that pond if we don't do something about the suspect. So that is what we're doing today. Well guys, while we're walking down here to the pond, kind of a new segment we're doing on the channel. Here's our pictures of the week. This is Braden, Trevor, and Mike. Mike actually cleared out his background there trying to save a fishing spot, so that's kind of clever. If you guys want to do that, I'm completely fine with that. But guys, nice fish for this week. If you guys are interested in having your picture up on the channel, be sure to email me at baitwithtate@gmail.com, or you can just send me a DM on Instagram. So it's kind of cool, little addition to the channel, so excited about that. Water is pretty muddy, I gotta say. So guys, here we are at the pond. This is the pond that I've been referring to. As you can see, it is pretty muddy. It's not a very big pond, fairly small, but I'm afraid that all the fish in here have died. That is my fear. And I told you I was going to tell you who I think is responsible, and I do think something is responsible. And I'll give you a look at it, or at least what remains of it, since winter's killed a majority of it out, it seems. This stuff right here, that is what they call duckweed. And for those of you that don't know what duckweed is, I really don't even know what duckweed is, but I know that it is detrimental to the fish population in a pond. So hopefully we can figure out what is going on here, see if there's any living fish in here, at least living bass, and if there is, maybe we can come up with a solution so that this stuff doesn't grow back when the temperature warms up just a little bit. First step, see if we can catch anything. Also guys, if you want to recommend anything that I can do down in the comment section to get rid of this duckweed, please let me know. But I do want you to know that this is not my pond, and I don't want to sink a lot of money into it. So if you can think of something relatively cheap that I can do to preserve the life in this pond, let me know. But first of all, let's just see if there's some life in it, guys. So let's go ahead and get to fishing. I thought I would go kind of finesse today, and probably one of the most finesse tactics that you can use is the wacky rig. Now I don't know if this was the best idea just because the water's a little bit muddy, but I think this color will be fine. Guys, it's been a long time since I caught a bass in here, but if you guys want to see some footage of me doing that, I'll roll some of this right here. And actually there's some duckweed in this footage. At the time I really just didn't know what it was. Yeah, it casts a long way. That one, John. Yeah. First cast, John. Pretty good fish. Yeah, he's on. He's a go. Oh, he threw the hook right at the edge. That's a perfect place to cast. Hooked him. See, when they start jumping like that, they'll shake that hook off. That's why you gotta set it really hard. Yeah, he got him. I get right there to the end.
Don't look down in them.
It's a good fish.
Don't look down at them.
Can't really long cast this because it catches too much scum before it gets to me, and then it won't run right. Got him. Get the release on her. Oh, of course I hung one the first cast. Get over this way, bud. Get over this way. Nothing big, nothing big. Whoop. There we go. There we go. Hooked him pretty well. Might have to give him a little launch here. There you go. Definitely some stuff going through here. It'd be a nice place that says snare or something. Something's wore that place out right there. There's all kinds of duckweed right here still. Let's take a look at it. This is the culprit. That is what I'm very suspicious of right now. That's cost me this fishing hole. Guys, unfortunately, I think our worst fears have come true. I believe that duckweed has completely killed all my fish in this pond. What we're gonna have to do, it's not gonna be easy. We're gonna have to transplant some fish in this pond, but before we do that, we're going to have to get rid of this duckweed. And I wanna make sure that this duckweed is gone before I put any more fish in this pond. If you have any suggestions, be sure to let me know, because our worst fears have come true and they're all dead. Might be a little bit of an over exaggeration, but there's definitely not as many fish in here as there used to be, and I've not caught any in my last like 15 trips. So, well folks, that is gonna be the end of this video. But before we go, I'm going to look this up real quick to just kind of show you in Google terms what duckweed does and what it is. So just Googling duckweed right off. That is what it is, if you guys can see. That right there is what we suspect has killed all of my fish, or at least a good majority of them. So, duckweed is a subfamily of a flowering aquatic plant. What? Alright, let's skip through this. Extensive mats of duckweed may cover an entire pond surface, depleting oxygen and blocking sunlight. Fish and submerged plants can be killed. So that, I'm afraid, is what is going on with that pond over there. So keep in mind that is not my pond, and I would like to find a cost-effective method, or maybe a free method preferably, to take care of that duckweed in that pond before I try to introduce any new fish into it. So guys, that is the end of this video. If you guys have any fish pictures, be sure to send those to my email, baitwithtate@gmail.com, or direct message me on Instagram at fishinwithtate, no G on fishing. We're almost to 500 subscribers on one YouTube tracker. I'm actually at 504 or something like that. On one, I'm like 490 something. So I'm gonna wait till I get to 500 on both of those. But as soon as I do that, the next video will be doing a giveaway. So y'all stay tuned for that. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time on another episode of Fishing with Tate.